Hey everybody.
What's up?
We just got a big lore dump from Seven here.
Yeah, he was a former cop.
Yep, he was telling us about how Akane is trapped in the incinerator room, and him and what we believe to be Santa, but hasn't
Santa
actually been confirmed. And same with
and
Snake.
Snake, yeah.
He was waiting with them outside the incinerator room. They couldn't figure out what to do, and then we come back here. What happened then?
And Ace is he's a homicidal maniac who
Yep.
thinks he's doing experiments.
Yes.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember
So
that?
Akane died.
Then
What he believes Akane
Shit.
died.
If I'd
Yeah.
known it was going to be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get.
Hmm.
So if you could
Okay.
just tell me, did that girl Akane really?
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended. And we heard something
And
burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore.
I'm sticking with my theory.
A few minutes
She must have
passed.
just not died somehow and bided her
opened.
time.
he ashes on the floor.
The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak.
Maybe somebody saved her.
The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made
Generally.
my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
I would say that could be Santa,
Hmm.
but
Can I ask
it
you
has also been a
one
little
more
while
thing?
since we've seen Santa.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Could be a red
So-
herring.
Yeah.
But it adds up with the story of his sister dying, though, too.
The
Oh,
girl,
ah,
Akane. What was her last name?
you cut
doesn't
out for
matter
a
to
second
you.
there.
Oh, what?
You cut out.
Oh, I said it adds up with the story of his sister dying, too.
Yeah.
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
Yes, Junpei.
You were there that day, weren't you?
Huh?
What?
The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
What?
Oh, the one we thought was Snake, maybe?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
You
he's...
are correct.
Never
Oh,
mind,
okay.
he's talking to Snake.
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I
Got
did
him.
hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki.
All right, so it's Santa.
Yep.
He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Which means
Well,
June
yes.
is his
I
sister.
know Aoi Kurashiki was her
Yes, and alive.
brother. But I
Apparently.
didn't know he was Santa. At least not.
It doesn't
from the
seem like
beginning.
anybody's put that together except for Junpei. I don't know
9
if they
years
know
ago, he was in the
her
middle
real
of
name,
puberty.
though, like he does.
His voice is entirely different now.
This would also explain why he hadn't seen her since elementary school.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Ooh.
You didn't remember anything until like
Ooh.
5 minutes ago.
Go easy on me.
Got
man.
his
I just got
ass.
my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right.
My wonder
Murder.
is
Kubota
how'd he get all
blew
those
himself
scars
up,
on his
but that was
face?
murder too. So
Yeah, I
why
was
did
thinking
these
that too.
murders take place?
Because in that flashback, he didn't have any scars.
Yeah.
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge?
Looks
Santa
like
is
it.
Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
Or his sister, Zero.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty
Ace.
sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
It's gonna be
The
Junpei.
next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's
what's
going on
happening?
here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Ooh, forgot about that.
Shit!
Come on.
Maybe we shouldn't have been sitting around talking.
I thought something was like really going on. It turns out a motorcycle was just driving by.
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
Oh yeah, we got the card key.
Man, it seems like over a full half an hour ago, we were just finishing the puzzle to open up this door.
Yeah. Let's go. We did it.
Ooh, you escaped. About 45 minutes after we finished the
I
puzzle.
think the shaking
Yeah.
stopped.
I'm gonna
It seems
I'm gonna go
so,
out on a limb and
but
say
we
that was
are yet
probably
to
the
be out of
last
danger.
escape room,
Maybe.
You're right. Let's hurry.
considering our time is up and
This exit
everything.
needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go.
Woo, run for it, baby.
Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked. It says incinerator. So this is the
Uh-oh.
incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Pull it.
Got it.
You did it.
Wait, why are we going into the incinerator?
'Cause that's where the exit
go.
is.
Oh,
What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
oh yeah, in this one, Santa took her.
Yeah.
And that was the last time we saw
Hey,
them.
what happened to you?
I'm
Yeah, why is Santa just
fine.
chilling
I just
with
fainted.
his hand on his
Wasn't feeling
stomach?
very good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
I forgot she was all sick.
Yes. I just need to rest a
That was
little
like
longer.
forever ago.
I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
Ace?
What? Who took
And
it?
Lotus?
What?
Yeah.
Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Oh, okay.
Ace.
Now he's holding Lotus hostage again. Got it.
Which is what he did last time, right? In the
Yeah.
safe ending.
Just what the hell do you think you're
We
doing?
don't really know anything about Lotus. She's like pretty much the
Nope.
only one at this point.
Yep.
Like I think actually the only one.
I think she's the only one we don't know a whole lot about.
CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals? You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea?
I think
how much
Lotus
I
was
suffer?
the other girl that
Can
was
you even begin to understand my pain?
in the other Nonary game or Nonary Games, just because
Prosopagnosia,
like
right?
I look at like the color of her shirt, like where the
Yeah.
sleeve is, where you could actually see some shirt,
Yeah.
and it was the same color as the other girl's dress.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that? Hmm?
Good question.
Oh, yeah, we don't even know that on this route.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Ooh,
What the hell are you doing,
we
Santa?
are Zero.
At any rate, this game ends
Yeah, we don't know
now.
anything about us either.
Yeah,
I will
we just
escape,
know that we
and the
were
rest of you will
apparently
have a slightly less
childhood friends
pleasant
with
ending.
June.
Yeah, like everybody else was connected to the last Nonary game. Except for us and Lotus so far.
I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait!
Yep, doesn't look like that worked.
Why isn't it
Uh-oh.
opening? One more time. Now open!
He's distracted. He's
No!
distracted.
What is this? Why?
Maybe his
The
number was
control room
never
should be
supposed to get
9.
out.
It has to be 9.
Maybe the bracelet thing is wrong. Oh, because
That
June
too.
actually has number 9, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
So he just put 6 on there.
Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now! Ah! No! Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Now we're
Don't
about to
mention
know
it.
all about Lotus now.
Just one punch ain't enough for this
Maybe.
piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat. 9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yep,
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
got him.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet.
Hmm.
All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota.
Come
You talked
on.
to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed
God
him.
damn it.
The
To
way
be
I
fair,
played it,
we didn't
you
see
had
this
4
stuff on
motives.
this route.
Yeah.
But yeah.
In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous.
Ooh.
Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test.
I really hope he
wanted to
doesn't
know
give
how serious
4
this Nonary
points
game
for every
was.
person he
Was
killed.
it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota, but he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why?
Ooh.
How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if
I
that's
mean...
true, why isn't he saying anything?
Justified.
Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet.
But why wouldn't
He just
Ace
waved it over
recognize
the red.
7?
Because he doesn't recognize faces.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's huge.
I don't know.
Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel.
And he's got a gravelly voice.
Maybe he didn't really hear him talk much originally because he just came in at the end to save the kids. Plus, 7 didn't even remember his own past, so there was no like hints
Maybe.
there.
Maybe.
Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
Then you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Sorry
Correct,
to disappoint
bitch.
you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I don't even remember how he died.
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look
I don't know
at
if we ever found out.
No, he was just dead already.
And you left
Yeah.
the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle. Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
How would he know Musashido was in there though?
One blow was all it took. And then
Beats
you
me,
returned
man.
to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, Remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it?
What
Ace.
made you desperate?
Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously.
And also,
did
why
it.
did he have the Zero bracelet on?
Why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see.
And how would he recognize
one.
Musashido?
There are two ways
Yeah.
you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game.
Oh, so he got
The
this
second
letter.
is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters.
Ah,
The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera.
so you went and killed somebody in there?
Once you've confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours.
Not
Do as
quite.
you please.
Maybe he knocked the camera out
Zero.
first.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately,
Playing
for
stupid.
me, you got to it first.
Yep.
That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him.
Okay.
But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Confess your sins from 9 years ago by
Ace,
putting an axe in a man's
Figure it
chest in a
out,
room that has a
haven't you?
video camera in it.
you were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem.
But also, why did he have the Zero bracelet on? Maybe just so he wasn't able to, like, go around freely.
I was
Probably.
little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But
'Cause you're a simple little bitch.
yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own
Her.
hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any.
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Nah,
Looks like you really do have your memories
too
back, huh?
easy.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what? Sure, I
Bam.
was helping Zero out. but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I
Yep.
didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down
Don't
there,
worry about it.
Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game.
Oh yeah?
To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To
Huh?
save Akane.
Hmm.
Okay.
What the hell are you talking about?
So maybe this
Yeah.
really is like a purgatory thing.
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw. What? What the hell?
What?
Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head. My head. It feels like it's gonna pop.
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just. Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time.
Cool.
It was a project
Yeah,
designed
of
to
course.
test a particular phenomenon.
Yeah, like the mind reading thing.
What was that phenomenon?
Yeah.
For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The
So-
morphogenetic field theory.
So June Akane.
Could human
never-
beings
was just
use
never
these
here.
invisible fields
Yeah,
to
maybe.
exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine.
What her energy was.
Yeah.
There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles.
But that
copies
doesn't make
of
sense. How would
identical ones in
her
the Gigantic.
bracelet work?
They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set.
Maybe she's
and
really here
transmit
now,
them to
but
their brothers and sisters
like
on the
maybe she wasn't
Gigantic.
back then. And like she put that in Seven's memory or
The
something.
transmitters were put in Building Q,
Maybe.
and the
don't know.
receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake.
Maybe not.
Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told
Okay.
you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Gah!
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how
Because I'm on
Nichisaki
multiple
was killed?
timelines, bitch.
Yeah, is Junpei both a transmitter and a
Were
receiver?
you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
So maybe
Timelines.
maybe Akane is also on multiple timelines.
We are
What did you-
Akane.
Why did it force me into the novel screen?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't go to the other one. Imagine a river that splits into like an upside down Y. The river flows from the top to bottom, from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. People downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet.
Jesus Christ.
But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0, not yet. Perhaps you can say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
What? Where did she go? June? No, Akane? Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover? Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head. Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. Guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
Can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. Hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? They're out. Now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. See if the store still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening.
So we're 0?
Oh, maybe.
You mean we're trapped?
I mean,
And
that's
what-
what he
like-
said.
Like, what if
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
we are Akane?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Gonna turn that incinerator on. Gotta leave someone behind.
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Yeah.
Alright, what was she writing? Oh, lots of combinations. Leaving June behind? Oh no.
Well,
Leaving Lotus behind?
yeah.
Where is June? Is she not in here?
No, remember everyone was like, where'd June go?
Oh yeah.
And there's no other way?
Time to get Lotus's backstory.
Yeah, I think so.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me
Sure we
that.
can.
I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot! Without, if you're not, look, it'd be bad, all right?
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does
She a
that mean?
criminal?
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, all right? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Time to hack the system.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
But that's only because he had the wrong number.
What is this? Why?
But he didn't know.
The digital root should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
You heard us.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
Oh, I guess that wasn't why.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital root was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe
Okay.
they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Hmm.
Or just all of you do it.
Yeah.
Akane vision.
I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him at the same time I was an observer. Started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. So this is maybe June talking here?
Yeah.
But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. It's like The Medium.
Whoa.
Eventually it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother, Aoi. He was yelling, there we go. We are Akane. Talking right now.
Yeah.
I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. See Lotus anywhere?
Yeah.
Maybe the one that Aoi is right behind Aoi?
Yeah, that's the one I kept saying I think was Lotus.
Yeah. I think you might be right. They have the same eyes.
Is the little tiny one supposed to be Clover?
Oh yeah, probably. They all looked like they were about my age.
Hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl was watching them began to cry. Oh, a girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. And just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
I wonder, is Akane even alive?
It's a good question. Oh, you see on the top right, it says Akane Vision.
Yeah, I said that when it first popped
Oh,
up.
I didn't hear you.
I was like, Akane Vision.
We don't need WandaVision. We got Akane Vision.
Yeah, did it like a whole
I
12
have
years
a little
prior.
sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in building
Oh
Q
yeah, Clover's in the
and
other
is
building.
desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
So is that her actual name?
I didn't think it was. I thought they just called her Clover because her number was 4.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she just like picked it and pretended like it wasn't her name or something.
Alright.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is... well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember.
That's a lot of 4-leaf clovers.
That means if this is Lotus, that means that she had a sibling over there too.
We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise
Something
good
tells
luck
me
will come our way.
we won't get to know
Did
anything
you
about
know that
Lotus.
the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean
Maybe.
faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf
The
words.
Each clover on a 4-leaf clover means live, laugh, and love.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
So is it because he still has the clover? They're now connected.
Maybe, but we weren't on that boat. How are we connected?
Or were we? I don't know. None of them look like him. Maybe Junpei is Lotus's brother when he was in the other building.
Oh.
I don't know. Just throwing it out there. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer.
We wouldn't recognize our own sister?
I don't know. It's probably not true. Just throwing it out there. He opened several of the number doors until he finally found a door with number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we went and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. If there's only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
He began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
this is quite the cruel experiment.
Automatic incineration will take
Right.
place in 18
Impressive that all 9 kids got here, though.
Please evacuate the incinerator
Yeah.
immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
I mean,
What?
there's only like 8 of us that made it.
Yeah.
That's because one got
What did that thing say?
murdered.
I don't understand the purpose of making sure at least 4 of them get murdered, though. Because, like, if you let all 9 of them get out, if it was truly for, like, an experiment, then, like, okay. And you can argue, like, oh, no, I wasn't trying to kill them. It wouldn't have actually killed them. But,
Yeah.
like, here you're ensuring that 4 of them die.
Yeah.
So what's the
Especially when-
purpose?
Especially when you take one by the arm and throw them back in the incinerator.
That
Yeah.
didn't sound good.
My brother Aoi swallowed hard and
I
answered.
think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
Man, we got a lot of time before they start the incinerator.
Yeah. Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. Good. I was hoping they weren't going to go through the whole thing again. 4 of us who stayed behind were saved by 7, crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, slid down the hall. Came out on the other side of the door at 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. Went through those, began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7.
Okay, so if you were the one in front, how the fuck?
Yeah, did you just disappear?
Yeah.
The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized...
Oh, where is it? Did I drop Junpei's present?
Junpei's present?
What?
I know I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think.
Going.
I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows.
How did you get past them?
I don't know. And moments later, I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. Moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom... The door of the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gintaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hands close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly, the door to the stairs flew open and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came 7 and Snake. Whoops. He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo.
You came back!
But then,
Ah, you're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. Force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. The cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there. Not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all, and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, the 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice. My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
So much lore.
Yeah.
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency
What do you do with those 2 bracelets?
acknowledged.
Yeah.
Incineration will
Maybe he like reprogrammed the door or something.
18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator.
But you'd think he would know that this time.
Yeah. Junpei vision.
Oh yeah.
I knew it.
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Why?
Fuck. Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
experiments. You aren't making any sense.
Yeah, Lotus is just kind of here at this point.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
They say as they spend all this time explaining everything.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Seems like a good place as any to stop, I guess.
I think so. We don't have time to explain it right now, so we're gonna take a break.
All right. We will see you guys next time. Maybe the finale. I don't know. I don't know how long
Maybe.
is left.
Maybe. I mean, if it keeps going the way it's going, we got another like 4 episodes.
Yeah. All right. See you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.